talk presentation, and I'm gonna let the video speak for itself because firstly, it's breathtaking. Take a look at it. I mean, look at the size of the... And we are back with 3 more slot car tracks that I've hand-picked from Facebook to take a look at. We've got some rules, but they are very, very simple. The tracks are going to be scored out of 15 over 3 separate segments: presentation, can I build it, and flow. Do I want to drive the track with a total score of 15? But let's face it, it doesn't really mean anything. So it's 5 points per segment. Let's get stuck into it. Track 1. So let's kick off track number 1. It is Don's track. It's SCALEXTRIC digital and it's 132 in scale. And let's kick it off with presentation. And straight away, you're looking at this going, it looks good. And it's actually an odd design, and we'll go through that in a tick. But firstly, with the digital elements, we do have the 6 controllers there. You've got your power base and of course your system here to show you who's who in the zoo. But take a look at this. It's epic. It is really well done. We've got so much rock work against the wall. Great use of space. It's hard up against the wall. So let's just do some sort of rock feature, which I think looks really good. You've got this good little mountain corner here. He's done a really good job with dressing that with the palm trees. Some of the other details when it comes to the bushery. You've got, is that grass that's been flocked or is that printed? I can't really tell there. Some really smart borders, and even in the distance, you can see that it's got that scape still going with all the mountains during that corner. Now I'm going to go back a photo and show you how unique this layout is as well. It's almost like a triangle. It's been jammed in the corner, and I've got to say, when we get to flow, it's a really smart design track. But if I zoom right in, you can see it looks like we've got a little river or a lake in there, which looks really cool. You've also got, oh, everyone needs a beer. I don't think that's part of it, but hey, stick it there anyways. And you've got the printed off brick wall effect on the side, which is really, really smart because it's not hard to print that off. With an underpass here, you can see a little bit of a bridge. We've got the Marlborough sign there. There is plenty going on. Let's see if we can find a good picture of this bridge as well. Take a look at that. And whilst we're here, we're going to sneak over to flow later on, but look at the humps in this track in that back corner. You better slow down because you're going to get some air. So there's the big bridge. Let's see if we can get some more photos of this guy, of the bridge. I just want to show the bridge off a bit better. Here it is. Take a look at that. Straight under we go. It is pretty epic. So it's got full detail, it's got a bridge, it's, I think the way it's been cornered is very smart. So presentation, I couldn't give this any less than a 5 out of 5. Let me know in the comments what your score is, but I think it's time we move on to, can you build it? So can you build this? It's a tricky one because it is a plastic track, it's SCALEXTRIC, it's heavily available around the world. And if you ever say to somebody, what's a slot car? The first thing they'll say, oh, SCALEXTRIC. So we know we can get the track. Finding the space for this, I think most of us would have a corner that you can dedicate to. I know I do, right behind me where my sim stuff is. I could dedicate a little corner. Really good job on this one though. So I believe you could replicate it. I think the smart scenery, which we've had a look at just before, you could easily print that stuff off. I'm going to give kudos here though, because that wall work with all the, I guess it's going to be polystyrene on the wall, that is really well done. And then the lake, is that resin or is it a printed bit of plastic sheet? I'm not too sure. I don't think I can make mine look as good as this, but when it comes to trying to do it yourself, I think you can. It's just the space. Now I do want to add a bit of a caveat in here because I've just noticed, if I can find the beautiful shot here, you can see the custom table has got cupboardry underneath it. So it looks like it's almost a standard L shape and you've sort of plonked some board on top. So you can replicate this. What have I scored it out of 5? Well, I've gone dead in the middle with a 3 because the track is a bonus. And of course, some of the detailing we could replicate quite easily. Some of it I think is really well detailed, which I couldn't do. So I've gone bang in the middle and given it a 3 out of 5. But let me know, could you build this one at home? What's your score? Now let's talk flow. This is my favorite segment. I love driving on slot car tracks, and I love looking at tracks that aren't spaghetti, meaning track everywhere, and it looks like it will be well driven. Now this one straight away, from a distance, it may look a bit spaghetti, but because it's been put down in a way that I think it replicates almost a hill climb slash maybe an old style of racetrack, I reckon this would have such good flow. You've got a nice little downhill here. That is a little hump right there. You go down into this beautiful corner, which isn't too jagged, it's not too small, so we've got a nice little flow out up that straight, which then you'll come over that hump into this bridge, which is a beautiful straight. And if we look all the way down the bottom there, you can kind of see it curves a bit. There's a bit of a bump there, but I'm guessing that's just the track it's raised. But once that's pressed down, you'll probably get a nice little curvature around that corner. And let's even get some more pictures of this. Here we go, the hump in the background. Down that hill, around the corner, and then up and over. That would be a challenging spot of the track. I think whether you're going that way or this way, I'm not too sure. Either way, that is going to be a very difficult hill to climb without getting too much air and hitting that bridge. But once you've mastered that, off she goes. Let's get a quick outside shot of this, and then you go around that bend which I stated before in that corner, and then up this little hill climb into that final corner, which is a nice big bank. So flow for this one, I actually think Don has done a great job of designing a track that is put as much as he can into the corner without making it too spaghetti, and I really enjoy this layout. So I've given it a 4 out of 5, which gives this a total of 12 out of 15. Let me know what you scored it, but I think Don's really given SCALEXTRIC a good track to present on their page to show, hey, this is what you can do.
Now listen, here's your chance to support the channel by hitting the subscribe button, thumbs up and bell icon to be notified by upcoming videos.
So let's notch it up a gear, and we are going 3-lane wood routed track. This is Wolf Slot's track. It looks like a center somewhere in Europe, and they've replicated this around Suzuka. It actually has a bit of a King style feel to it as well for the vintage wood racers out there. It's got a bit of a mix of King, and of course, you can sort of see a bit of Suzuka in it. It's not meant to replicate the real thing, but that's what they've gone with, and I think it looks cool. So let's get stuck into it, and let's kick it off with presentation. So kicking off with presentation, firstly, this is a slot center, so I'm not expecting any scenery at all. So there's going to be a bit of a harsh score, but there's a reason why. This is meant to go racing. So it's not one of those ones that you find in somebody's house, which you've already looked at. This is meant for racing, but I've got to give them kudos. They've done a good job. So let's zoom in on this beautiful 3-lane wood routed track. First, let's talk the borders, the barriers. I did replicate this with my wood track in Australia, where it's basic MDF style. You've cut it to size, so it's low enough to see over, but high enough so the cars aren't damaged. And I've also got the arrows showing which way the cars will go, which I think, kudos, it looks good. In the middle is where I think it shines. I'm going to give a shout out here to Magnetic Racing. This display for the monitors looks like one of their light posts, you know, the 3-header, the 4-header. That could be dressed up really, really well. You could put some, I know you can't see through it, but you can actually make that look like a fixture of the track. So kudos to them, it looks really good. Let's see if we can find some other photos. We've got some cars on there. You can get a closer look there at the barriers. It is very basic, but let's see, you know, in its raw form, as you see here, it has made a big difference. And I do like seeing these before and after shots. If we go back to the after shot, it looks heaps better. But let's see if we can find some signage here. We've got the Suzuka overpass. I'm sorry for the photo, it's the best quality I can find. We've got a cool looking gantry, that's got a little bit on there, but I guess that's enough talking about presentation because it is a racetrack. It's meant to be raced on. It's not a display piece. And for that, I had to be harsh. I have given it a 2. The reason I've given it a 2 and not a 1 is because I do like the borders. I think they've done a really good job doing that. And the minimal aspect to it, I think it looks clean. It looks classy, it looks good. It's a 2 out of 5. What did you score it? Let me know. Now, next up, can you build it? And these are always hard because some people say, Trav, yes, I could. If I'm talking about it, if I'm scoring it, I definitely couldn't because it is a custom wood routed track. So firstly, you're gonna need, for this track, a lot of space, not too much, but a lot of space. And secondly, you're gonna need either really good friends who understand CAD or who know how to use a router, or yourself if you know how to do that. Now, over time, could you build something like this? Possibly, but I'm gonna say in a nutshell, no. It is a commercial track. It's a beautiful commercial track. The more I look at it, the more I can't wait to talk about flow, which will segue in a tick. So can you build this? Physically, yes. Can most of us do it? I have to say no. And if you do disagree, let me know in the comments because I know there's some classy people out there who know what they can do. But for me, it would be a dog's breakfast. So I've given it another 2 out of 5. It's not a great scoring track. It's a beautiful track. Let me know what you scored it. But now let's move on to where I think this track's going to shine, flow. So now let's talk flow. And I've been hanging to get to this segment because this is where this track really stands out. Firstly, it's loosely based on Suzuka. It's got a bit of a King flavor to it, but I've got to give the designer kudos because you can dance on this track. And if you are a racer and if you have race slot cars, you understand what I mean by the dance. When you get into a rhythm, you kind of follow the corners with your body. You'll see a lot of people on videos doing this, or they might do their own little dance, but I like to get into a rhythm where you're sort of with the car. It sounds funny, it sounds odd. I know there's no connection between you and the car, but there is. And when a track flows, you start dancing, you get into a rhythm. And that's one thing I want to say. This track allows you to get into rhythm very well. Look at these corners. I mean, I wish I had better photos, apologies, but some of these corners here, they just roll into each other. And then once you come out this last bend, poof, down the end of that, it would just be such a great looking track to drive. Now, from above, you can see there's a little bit of elevation as you come across the track itself, and you come across it 1, 2, 3 times. Oh, I would love to drive it. Let me know what you think about this track. I have to score this one definitely a 5 out of 5. It is, in my opinion, a driver's track, which has given it a total of 9 out of 15. And really, I think it's an awesome track. It's at a slot center, and I couldn't really give it any higher when it comes to building or scenery. But when it comes to driving, I don't think you can beat it. So let's check out track 3, the big guns. I've saved the best for last, and let's get the details out of the way before we get into presentation. It is a HO 4-lane monster by the Katz Spa. I don't know what to say. All I can say is, let's get stuck into presentation, because this one will not disappoint. So we're gonna watch a couple of videos during presentation, and the whole lot. I've actually got a lot of videos of this one on Facebook. These guys have done an absolute epic job putting it out there. So let's press play. There is no sound because of copyright, and let's talk presentation. And I'm gonna let the video speak for itself, because firstly, it's breathtaking. Take a look at it. I mean, look at the size of the pits. I'm guessing it's all scaled right. I won't say it's minimalist, but there's not more than needs to be on this track. It's got exactly what needs to be there. The Michelin bridge, you've got a train over there, which is your Uni-Rail train. Again, the pits, I don't know where to start. If I had space like I did in Australia again, and I had the skill, which we'll get to, can I build it? This is something that I would love to see, and I love it because it is HO. Now, I'm not even talking about it, the design anymore, because watch it yourself, but I have to give this a 5 out of 5. It's breathtaking. It's perfect. I think it's everything that slot cars is, and this would appeal to a lot more than just slot car fanatics, because if you talk Hot Wheels, Matchbox, or DIECAST cars, this is the scale that they'll be looking at going, oh, my car can go around that potentially. 5 out of 5. Let me know what you think. But now let's move on to, can I build it? And I'll try and find some other video. Now let's move on to, can I build it? And I'm gonna let the video do the speaking for itself, because firstly, could I build this? No chance. I mean, take a look at it. It's perfection. You've got a 4-lane routed HO track, which I think in itself is harder to do when you're dropping in rails. So it's a bit different to then doing Magna Braid or some copper tape. So there's a bit of skill there. You've also got this monorail. I mean, sorry, don't flex too hard, but you've got a beautiful slot car track, and you've got the Mickey Mouse inspired monorail, and of course the Mercedes pit lane. By the looks of it, it's got a Mercedes sign. So can you build this? I'm going to go out on a limb and score this poorly, because it's based on what I believe. No, I don't think the normal person could really get this done to this limit. I've got to give kudos with kudos is deserved. It's breathtaking. So I've given it a 2 out of 5. Can we build it, or can I build it? Because I don't think I can. Definitely not. Does that downrate the track? Definitely not. Take a look at it. But now let's move on to my favorite, flow. Let's go. So let's talk flow. And again, I'm gonna let some footage run here. I've got 2 videos to show. These are going really, really fast, but I just want to show you how well this track is driven. And this is gonna score really high for me. Before we even get to the end of it, I'm giving it a 5 out of 5, because take a look at some of these corners. This one especially here, they are having so much speed, and then if you see that straight, they're actually going downhill. They're not just going straight, they're going down with a bit of a ramp. Now let me see if I can find one more bit of footage for you, showing you some driving around the track, because it's epic. I don't know what else to say other than I wish I had this track at my house. I wish I could drive this track. That back end, which I hope I can find a video of, look at it. I mean, yes, they're going super fast, but they can, because that's how well this track, I guess, can handle. Over the bridge, under the bridge, up a hill, yes, it's moving fast. Let me see if I can find one more video, because I don't think I can show enough of this track. I should probably do a spot on it by itself. Now here's a really good video, it goes for 40 seconds. Let's watch it because this will give a good representation on how this track is driven, and let's draw together. That straight goes downhill, up the back, down, up again. Who's designed this? I mean, come on, this is like F1 inspired. Of course, the person who's designed this knows how a track should flow, but there it is. This is it being driven. You let me know what you think, but I'm giving it a 5. It's the ultimate driver's track. Can I visit, please? Because I want to drive it. And again, I love that it's HO. This is as big as you get, I would say, for HO. So if you are wanting to get into the hobby, if you're not a slot car fan, this might be the scale to start off because you don't need much room. And there you go. That is the track being driven. And that gives this track a score of 12 out of 15, which is highly deserved. And that is a wrap of episode 3 of 3 more epic slot car tracks to look at. My favorite was this HO monster. Let me know in the comments which one's yours was. I'm hunting daily for tracks for episode 4. If you've got anything you want to share, email me. It's linked in the channel description. But that is a wrap, and I'll see you next one. And please don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon, all that great stuff. Bye.
And if you enjoyed this video, YouTube might think you like these two as well.
Bye-bye!
Bye-bye!
Go.